What's up everyone, it's Karthik with MoneyVest Real Estate. So in this video, we are going to be talking a little bit about Dubai's current population and the trends and all the averages and the compounded annual growth rate moving forward in order for Dubai to achieve its target of 2040. And in my future videos, I'm actually going to be doing a lot of data-driven analysis backed by actual statistics and numbers so that we as a community can make smarter decisions when it comes to investing in real estate in Dubai. I also want to make an announcement that our community is now live. So this right here is going to be our real estate investing community for MoneyVest. So if you want to join, of course, be a part of our community, you'll also get access to the Discord, and Discord access is going to be included with the link down below. If you join, you will have access to a Discord channel, which I just created today. So it's going to look something like this, where we'll have a space to actually have very high quality discussions on different strategies, different developers, different locations, different goals that we have. And we'll also have the opportunity for in-person events. So this is going to be your first real estate investing community where we as investors are going to come together and discuss a lot about real estate and the different opportunities in the market. So I just spent a lot of time creating this. And as you'll notice, under MoneyVest Real Estate, we have our own private chat. And this is where we are going to have a lot of discussion. Under developers, you'll notice that I've actually got a lot of separate channels where we can discuss, Emaar or Ellington or Shoba or Imtiaz. A lot of developer-specific conversations can happen over here. And then I've also got a lot of locations over here. I've included JVC, Dubai Hills, Downtown, JVT, just to give you an example. And again, we can add more and more channels that are specific to the locations and specific to the developers, as well as looking at different investment objective as well, right? So this right here, all the way at the bottom, is going to be on investment objectives. I'm just going to hide myself for a second. So there we go. We've got rental yields, we got capital appreciation, off plan or secondary resale. So all these channels are actually going to be available on our Discord now, so we can have a very good discussion. I don't want to make this a free community because we know what happens when it's a free WhatsApp or a free Facebook group. It becomes a very much of a spam and everybody joins. And I want this to be for very serious investors who will dedicate some time in doing the research and of course engaging in these conversations with other investors to better understand the dynamics of the Dubai real estate market, different locations, different strategies, and of course different developers as well. So it's going to be a very lively and a high quality community if you want to join. And you'll also have access to a lot of members only videos. So I will be posting a lot of videos which are going to be very data driven. So we're going to be looking at a lot of statistics, right? There's a lot of data that's already available on the Dubai website. So this right here, the dsc.gov.ae, Dubai gives us a lot of really important PDFs on tourism, on population dynamics, on the labor market. So I'm going to be doing a lot of research, a lot of analysis on this to share you the best possible information so we can collectively make smarter, better decisions when it comes to real estate investing in Dubai. So what I have over here is nothing but the population statistics for Dubai. So essentially the Emirate of Dubai since 2000, so over the last 25 years, what's been the population of Dubai. From 2000 at 862,000, it has now grown to over 3.85 million at the end of 2024. This right here is a column that is showing us annual additions. This is the cumulative additions. So since 2000, Dubai has added almost 3 million people to its population, which is incredible, right? Which is absolutely amazing to see that so many people have actually chosen to actually live here in the Emirate of Dubai. And there's this right here has been the annual increase. Now, I also wanted to take a look at the average and the medians over the last 24, 12, 6, and 3 years respectively. And what I noticed was it was around 80 to 110,000 people that on average, on median, have actually come in to the UAE, into Dubai every single year. So it gives us a bit of an idea on what to expect moving forward. Now, there have been, some instances, for example, 2016, 2017, 2018, every year it was well over 200,000. And then, of course, some years it was a little bit slower. So 2002, 2003, 2004, 50,000, 60,000, 34,000. So it all averages out. And in more recent years, it's been 67,000, 71,000, and then just jumping up to over 101,000. And last year, almost 200,000 once again. So this right here are some of the charts. This is the overall population of Dubai, which has been increasing consistently, which is very nice to see. This right here is the annual additions. Again, these are the big spikes, happened almost at 200,000, over 200,000. And of course, we got a little bit of a decline during the pandemic. And now we're starting to see that increase, a healthy uptrend once again, with lots of people moving to Dubai as well. This right here is the compounded annual growth rate. So what this essentially is showing us, the last 3 years of CAGR. So last 3 years per annum growth for Dubai population was just under 3.5%. For 5 years, it's a little bit under 3%, so 2.81. For 7 years, it's just over 3.76%. For 10 years, it's over 5%. And for 20 years, it is almost at 6%, meaning the last 20 years, Dubai's population has increased by 6% per year every year. For the last 3 years, it's gone up by 3.5%. For the last 5 years, it's gone up by 2.8% per year every year. So that's really what this is showing us. So now when we extrapolate for the future, right? Now when we look at the bird's eye view, okay, right now there's 3.5 million people in Dubai. Let's forecast for the next 16 years, because Dubai has a plan, the 2040 plan, to increase the population up to 5.8 million, right? So that's the 2040 target of 5.8 million. So given where we are now, and we know where we want to go, let's extrapolate the growth rate, and that CAGR is just 2.5%. So that in itself is a very conservative, a very realistic, and a very, very possible target for Dubai to achieve. That in the next 16 years, the goal of 5.8 million is very likely. It's very likely because 2.5% is actually on a very, very conservative basis. Because if you take a look at how Dubai has grown its population over the last 20 years, it's actually gone up by 6%. Last 10 years, by 5% per year. These are per year numbers. This is not a total growth rate. This is per year. Dubai's population has increased by 5%. In the last 7 years, per year, it has gone up by 3.7%. 5-year CAGR has been 2.8, and 3-year CAGR has been 3.4. So every single year, they've been well above 3%, except for the last 5 years when we saw that little bit of a dip due to the pandemic, where population increase was not as aggressive as it used to be. And so we did see that small decline, as you'll notice in this chart as well. This right here was the sudden decline from 2019 all the way to 2020. You can see the massive decline due to COVID, and then steadily and slowly we've been increasing on a year-over-year basis as well. So very conservative estimate. So even if you apply, let's say, even a lower growth rate of 2%, the population will go from like 3.85 million, which is where we are right now. So 3.85 as of 2024, all the way out to 2040 at just over 5.2, a little bit under 5.3 million for Dubai, which would be just about 500,000 less than the target on a very, very conservative basis. Now, if we plug this number at 2.59 exactly, then of course the population increase is exactly just over 5.8 million, and that is going to be the target for Dubai on a very conservative basis. Now, if they want to achieve over 7.8 million, right? So let's say on a very bullish assumption, 7.8 million is a overly optimistic assumption for Dubai, more than doubling over the next 16 years. The growth rate needs to be still at 4.5%, just 4.5%, right? So 4.5% per year is what Dubai would need to grow its population by in order to get to 7.8 million by 2040, which will be an influx of a lot of people. And all of this obviously affects real estate prices. All of this affects the potential for capital appreciation. All of this affects the potential for rental yields, everything. And that's what we're here to analyze on this channel, is all of this, all the data points that we have available to us. How is that going to affect the prices and the rental yields for real estate in Dubai? And even at 4.5% seems like a very, very conservative target, given that this is exactly what Dubai's been able to do over the last 10 to 20 years as population increases have happened. That's some of the numbers that Dubai has been able to achieve. So once again, this is the CAGR, which Dubai has been able to very comfortably achieve over the last several decades. And so it's not crazy to assume that it can grow its population by 2 to 4% if there is a consistent influx of businesses and jobs moving into this region. So that's all I've got for you today. In my future videos, I'm going to take this data and I'm going to break it down further on a very microscopic level. And what I mean by that is that we're going to be going over a lot of different locations, right? So for example, I've got these 5 locations that I was analyzing. And so these are the official names of these locations, like Downtown, Business Bay, Marina, Jumeirah Lake Towers, and Palm Jumeirah. And I've got the population stats for these exact locations, right? These are all community codes that Dubai is releasing. So if you come over on their website and go over to housing and building, or actually, you know what? If you go over to population stats, so population and vital statistics. So if you go to this right over here, and then if you look at the distribution of estimated population by density, by sector and community. So if you come over to this PDF, this is the exact data that I'm extrapolating on the spreadsheet and then analyzing it. So this is all the community codes. You can actually take a look at the sector and the exact community and take a look at the population size for that as well. This is all publicly available for us to analyze on the Dubai government website. So it helps us understand, what is the actual growth rate for these communities, and then we can compare that to the existing supply of housing, of units for these specific locations. So what that allows us to do is really compare the demand, which is the population itself, with the supply, which is the existing supply, as well as the new launches and the new projects that are coming up in that area, and then compare the demand and supply to see if there's an oversupply or if there's an undersupply of housing units, which is going to eventually lead to price appreciation or depreciation, right? So this is all very important for us to look into as a community, to analyze, to make better decisions. So I hope you all find this video helpful. And again, this is only the beginning. This is only tip of the iceberg. I've got so many other videos coming up. A lot of them are going to be members only. So definitely do take advantage of the link down below if you want to join us for our first ever real estate investing community. And we'd love to have you on board. And again, get this conversation going as we are going to be talking a lot about location, population demographics, the overall supply, the projected demand, different jobs, different median incomes, business establishments, university establishments, and a lot of different locations and developers that we're going to be having a discussion with all our members on our Discord. So once again, welcome on board. Very happy to have you. And as always, happy investing. I'll see you all in the next video.